Fisk unit. Fisk unit. What's good, y'all? Fist Vegas, the hardest voice of sports. Go ahead, hit that like button and subscribe to the Fist unit while you at it. Y'all know what time it is. If you ain't with it, you best get with it. Now let's rock. Alright, look. Odell Beckham, it's over. Alright, the pipe dream, the reunion, all that fluffy fluff is done. Forget about it. It's time to move on. Alright, it's time to compartmentalize. Okay, that's what it's time to do. Let's call it what it is. We're going home in the first round. We're going home. We are going to get annihilated by the 49ers. But that's not negative. That's not devil fist talking. I'm proud of my team. There's no shame in this Giants football team getting annihilated in the first round by the 49ers. That's a dang good season. That's a great season. I'm so proud of this team. You know, look, the way Odell talking, whatever, bro. My whole thing with Odell is I respect the hustle. I respect the hustle, man. Like, you did what you had to do. And it almost worked. It almost worked. Had you done a workout or two, you might have got your bag. It almost worked. You know, he had Dallas slurping him. He had the Giants slurping him. He had the Bills and Von Miller was slurping him. You know, he had a market. He created a market. Him and his team created a bidding war for Odell. The problem was Odell ain't want to work out. Why? Odell might not be ready to work out. So my whole hope was to get Odell ready to play in the playoffs. And that's not possible. See, in order to get Odell ready to play in the playoffs, he needed to play at least 3 or 4 regular season games. He might not have played all the snaps, but man, you got to learn the playbook. You got to get reps in with Danny. It would have took him. How long did it take Wandale to actually do something on the football field? It took Wandale a minute to actually show. Let me see. Wandale became a real football player, what? The Detroit game? He came back for the Jaguar game? Did Wandale, if I'm not mistaken? Was that Wandale? It took Wandale like a good 5 weeks for me to actually notice him on the football field. Yeah, it took Wandale about 5 weeks for me to actually say, oh my gosh, we have a receiver. So I'm thinking, okay, if it took Wandale, who's a rookie, 5 weeks to actually do something, then it'd probably take Odell about 3 weeks, because he is Odell, for crying out loud. But if Odell doesn't even want to play into the playoffs, like, come on, bro, you just going to step on the field in January and be that dude? Nah, we good. We good over here. Shout out to Odell. God bless him. I hope he lands somewhere where he can. I hope he lands somewhere where he can blossom and he can, end his career on a high note. But I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. We don't need him next season. It would have been good this year because we're banged up, but Wandale's gonna be in the second season. We're drafting a wide receiver in the first round, and I'm sure Shane will probably draft another receiver in the second or third. We got 2 threes. We're taking a wide receiver in the third. So he's going to draft a first-round wide receiver, a third-round wide receiver. He's bringing back Wandale, and that's that. Everything else it'll fall in place. So no need to pay Odell next year. He could have helped us. If he was able to play this year, he could have helped. But like I told y'all earlier this week, because what is today? Today's Wednesday. I'm going to drop this video on Thursday because we do the Giants podcast with Pizzle tonight. So whatever. I'm losing track of time. But like I said, whenever I recorded that Saquon Barkley video, like I said, if we don't bring in Odell, we can let Saquon walk. There's no incentive to bring Saquon back. We need to get Danny some receivers, get Danny some interior help on the offensive line, and we can plug and play running back. The Giants need to have a T. Higgins, Jamar Chase type of setup. 2 young Thundercats. That's what the Bengals got. 2 young Thundercats. And Higgins and Chase. That's what I want Danny to have. I want him to have 2 young Thundercats to throw the ball to. So, it is what it is, Giants fans. It's the Hodgins and Darius Slayton show for the rest of the season. And I kind of like the Hodgins kid, man. Number 18, he flashes. I truly believe that we need to base the whole game plan around him. He gets open. Slayton don't really get open like that. Slayton might get open down the field, but I'm talking short to intermediate routes. This dude Hodgins gets open. He needs to be the focal point of the passing game. So maybe he can be our number 2 next year. Maybe he can be our number 2. I see potential in Hodgins. We're not bringing back Slayton. Slayton's gone. I mean, Slayton dropped balls like bad habits. I mean, for real. So Slayton's not coming back. But Odell's not going to be ready. Slayton ain't coming back. We draft some monster wide receiver in the first round. Wandale comes back for the slot. Hodgins can maybe be on the outside. I mean, look, you never know. But the fate of the wide receiver position at the moment is in number 18's hands. So hopefully he can step up. I'm not saying he's going to be Jerry Rice, or I'm not saying he's even going to be Kenny Galladay. I'm not even saying he's going to be Detroit Kenny Galladay. I'm just saying he could be serviceable enough to get us into the playoffs. He could be good enough to beat Washington. He could be good enough to beat the Colts. And that's all the Giants got to do right now is beat Washington, beat the Colts, go to the playoffs, get our brains blown out by the 49ers. But hey, at least we were there. We got some playoff experience, and, we move on. So let's get it, man. I didn't even know who the heck this dude Hodgins was a month ago. I had to really sit back and think about it. Colin Johnson. So we'll be all right next year, man. We with Colin Johnson, we're going to bring him back next year. This dude Hodgins, he looked like he all right. We're going to bring back Wandale. We're going to draft a wide receiver in the first and the third. We don't need Slayton. We don't need Odell. We'll be fine next season. Yeah, I think we'll be fine at the wide receiver spot next year. But yeah, man. So much for the Odell thing. It's all good. We can take that money, go get us a cornerback, go get us a linebacker, go get us a center. We could take that money we was going to get Odell and go get it to something else. But that's it. That's all. Subscribe to the unit if you're rocking with me. My name is Fist Vegas, and I approve this message.